Hey everybody, it is Jen. I'm doing a little bit of a shop my stash. This is my very first one ever, and I've never done this before. I do have a Project 20 pan going on right now, so that one I have a lot of products in. Like I have a lot of lipsticks and lip products and eye pigments and stuff like that that I'm trying to use up a little bit, and so I do want to grab a couple of different things throughout my collection that I feel like are older, that definitely need some love, or to see if I actually even enjoy it. And if I don't, then I think I might move them out of my collection, or if I love them, after the month or whatever it is, I think I'm going to be switching these out. It's April 18th today, and so I'm probably going to use this one until the middle of next month. I'll decide as I go. It might not be like exactly every single month. Maybe I'll do it every 2 weeks. Maybe I'll do it every 3 weeks. Not really sure at this moment, but I'm going to feel out how I how I go with these products, and if I'm having a good connection with them, yeah, I'll continue using them maybe for like a few extra weeks. If I feel like maybe not exactly loving, I might want to switch them out a little earlier. So I don't think I'm going to have a specific timeline for my Shop My Stash. But today, I want to go over with a couple of things with you, the things that I've already chose, and then I want to go through my eyeshadows to see what other items I want to pull in, along with my pigments that I already have in my 20 pan. So I have a bunch of stuff right here. And if you have seen my highlighter declutter, you're familiar with a couple of the items in here, because I have been hemming and hawing, kind of uncertain about like, do I want to keep these? Do I feel like I'm going to use them? Haven't really used them that much in the last little while. They're not overly exciting compared to some of the other items that I have. So what I'm going to do is show you right now what it is that I'm bringing out, and some of these you haven't seen yet. So the first one I'm going to pull out is this eyeshadow that I bought when I was in Florida like 4 years ago. It's called Love Connection. It's a duo eyeshadow from MAC, and it looks like this. It has the two different shades on it. So this one is like a more marbleized light color, and this side is like sort of like a gold shade. So they look like this. I'll just swatch them so you guys can see. It looks like a light highlighter and a dark highlighter, if you can see that. Sorry about the glare. I know the lights are really bright in here, so it just kind of glares and reflects instead of actually showing you like what they really look like. But basically one is like a light shimmer, which is the one up here. And this one is like a little darker. So I think what I'm going to do is try to utilize those a little bit in my eyeshadow looks over the next little while, because like I said, I bought this 4 years ago. Haven't touched it on my eyes. I don't even think I've used it once on my eyes. I think I just swatched it. So I'm going to use that. I used to be like a huge collector of anything that I could get my hands on MAC, not every single item, but with like the money that I had, I bought anything MAC and I was just obsessed, and I didn't care what it was, and I had to have my hands on it. Not so much like that anymore. MAC is still my #1 brand. I love MAC so much. So a lot of this items will be MAC because most of my collection, I guess half of my collection, is MAC. The next item that I haven't really used a lot is this 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's just got a bunch of different colors in it. And it's kind of like rainbowy, like to the warm, like red tone side. So there's oranges, pinks, purples, and there's a neutral, and like I want to say a white, kind of like a white sort of, I guess like a white, I don't know if it's a shimmer, but it's got a little bit of, it's a matte, it looks like, but it looks like it has like a hint of very subtle like glitter to it. Very subtle, like you can almost not even notice it. The only duplicate shadow that I have in this pan is this one here, and I have this one in a single in like a huge MAC palette. So I want to use this because the colors look fun. They're very much in right now with like the new, or the not nudes, the like neons and the bright colors and the purples that are coming out and stuff. So I want to utilize that more. I also have Urban Decay Naked Skin little mini concealer, and this one's in medium light, And so I'm going to use this as much as I can. I want to use it up, but I'm currently actually using, where is it here? I'm using currently the NARS Vanilla, which I'm almost done. So once that's done, I'm going to go over to this one. And I have another eyeshadow palette in here. I think I might have enough eyeshadow, but I do want to try a few more. For like 2 weeks to a month, that's enough days where I can try a couple of different things and work it with the pigments that I have that I'm using in my 20 pan. So I'm also going to use this Urban Decay Naked Basics, and this is the first one I believe that they came out with. And this has been very slightly loved, not anything too crazy. I don't know if you can even really see, but there's some dip in this one. That's pretty much the only one that there's a dip in, but I have used this a little bit, so I'm going to definitely put that to more use because I haven't been touching this. And this is from my highlighter video where I was decluttering, kind of something that I really need to start using, and that's the Hourglass Ambient Light palette. I really need to start using this. It's very pretty, and I really think that it's like expensive enough that I need to actually use it before it expires fully. And then I have 2 blushes. Both are, of course, MAC, because I have probably 30 plus MAC blushes. The first one is probably like one of my most ancient, and it's a mineralized blush in Lovejoy. And it looks like this. It's kind of like a bronzy blush. So it's really pretty. You don't need a whole lot, and it adds a little bit of shimmer and texture to the skin. So I want to use that up because it's really pretty. It's almost like a brownish rosy color. I hope that explains it well enough, but yeah, that's pretty much a brownish rosy color. And then I chose an opposite end of the spectrum, but also very old blush. This is in a sheer tone summer blush. Oh, sorry, shimmer blush. Sheer tone shimmer blush. Summer blush. And this one is in Breezy, and this one has a pretty decent dip going in it. So I'm hoping that if I can even slap this on my cheeks a couple times a week, maybe I'll get some use out of that. It's very pretty. Both of these are really pretty. I kind of wish that you could like see them a little bit better. I apologize for the reflection of all the lights, but yeah, I think I'm going to get a lot of good use out of these. They're not going anywhere after the month is over. I'm going to still keep them, but they are old and they do need to get more love. Just a couple more things, and I promise you this won't take long. I am going to use the Bobbi Brown palette. It's a Bobbi to Glow Shimmer Brick palette. So this is how unloved this palette has been. I don't use it. I've only swatched it. I've never actually really used it on my face for a look. I have put, this one was the one that I was like in love with. So I put that on my cheeks the other day and I was like, holy crap, I wish I could just get that in a single. And then I also tried this on my cheeks, and I'm going to do it now because it's nice. Like, it's not too dark. I thought it was going to be really, really dark, but it's actually very, very beautiful. So I'm not getting rid of this palette, and I just want to make sure that I get a little bit more use out of it. So I don't know if you can even tell, but it really gives a nice glow to the skin. So definitely keeping, not getting rid of that. And I think I'm going to actually just take those little pads out of there because I'm going to start using this bad boy. It's beautiful. And the last 3 things I have, I've got 2 highlighters, which one of them is the MAC highlighter in Redhead, which already has a decent dip. I think I put this in a project pan like years ago. Let's see if you can see that dip. It's on this side. So you can see it kind of slants a little. So I'm going to try and get some more use out of this because I've actually been really liking this. I used it a couple times throughout the week. And also Soft and Gentle, which I was this close to decluttering, and I decided I would probably just keep it, but it looks like this. You guys all know this is like tried and true old MAC product. Really nice reflection to the skin. So keeping it, but I definitely want to get a little bit more use out of that and rotate my products. And then this last thing I've never actually used. This is a MAC bronzer in matte bronzing powder from MAC. This is from that collection. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's just a plain matte bronze. It's really pretty, and I'm just going to get some use out of that. The packaging is beautiful, and I was a sucker for packaging before. Now I don't care so much because honestly, what am I going to do? I'm going to back to MAC. It's not going to be staying in my collection, and I'm not going to keep something because of a piece of plastic. Like, it's just ridiculous to the point where I'm hoarding things that are just going to expire, and for what? There's no reason to hoard it. So I'm going to get rid of that, or not get rid, I'm not getting rid of that. I'm going to use that. The only other thing I wanted to do was look at some makeup or some palettes and see what I want to use. And I think I've already just decided what I'm going to use for at least the next week. I'm trying to switch out my eyeshadow palettes like once a week or so. I'm going to use these two. These are all my Makeup Geek singles. So this one is all like the regular line and all the more red and purple tones, a little bit of like gray silver kind of things, some taupey like kind of things. And then this one is there's like the metallic foiled ones. And then these ones are the iridescent type holographic-y ones. I don't even know if that's the right term, but this is like what one of them looks like. I hope you can see the shift in that. Maybe you can't even tell. I should use maybe a darker shade. But there's the purple. So I'm going to use this. This one is part of their regular line. I decluttered all of my other blues and greens because I have way too many blues and greens in other palettes that I don't use. And this one is a buxom eyeshadow and I love it, and I'm not getting rid of that. So I think I'll use those for this week, or maybe for however long, and then I'll update you when I decide to change everything out. But that's pretty much all I have. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go through actually shopping my stash with you guys the next time that I do this so that we can do it together. But let me know if you guys have any suggestions for ways for me to use this stuff. I do have a lot of different funky ways to use products, but I am always willing to take suggestions because there is like nothing wrong with having a little bit of constructive criticism and saying, hey, use this product like this so that you can kind of get some more use out of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will hope to see you guys again in my next video and talk to you soon. Be safe. Bye.